God, I hate this game, but this game is so good, but I hate it, but it's good. How's it going, guys? It's Parallax Abstraction, and welcome to Retro Flashforward, showcasing gaming's roots in the current generation. Oh, this thing. Alright, so this is Devil Daggers, which you could definitely be forgiven for thinking is an old game, but no, it is brand new. This came out on Steam last week. It is $5. It's made by a single developer in Australia known as Sorath. I don't actually know the person's real name, but this apparently is a single-person production made on a custom engine that is designed to look like old-school software-rendered games. So think Duke 3D, Doom, potentially Quake, anything made in the build engine, things like that. This is probably not going to be a long video because this game is super simple, but awesome, and I hate it, and okay. So there's almost no options to this. The game runs at whatever native resolution your display is, which is 1080p in my case. You can make it left-handed, invert some stuff, change the audio, that's it. Doesn't really matter because there's not much to this. This game is devilishly simple, but also brutal and also kind of deep as well, and I'm just going to show you here. So this game does one thing very simple and very well. This is an arena-based survival game where your goal is to live as long as possible, and the only scoring metric is time. It is how long can you survive before you get killed, and you will get killed. I don't think there is an end game to this, and even if there is, ain't nobody gotten to it yet. So it's very simple. You're this dude who's got this hand what can shoot magic, and you're getting swarmed by horrible hellspawn things. So you hold down the left mouse button to shoot this, and if you pause and tap the button, you get this kind of shotgun blast thing. So your goal is to, well, pretty much circle strafe, because if you don't circle strafe, you're going to get killed in real short order here. But there's no score other than time, so your incentive to just survive by any means necessary, and in which case I didn't there. That's probably how long your average game is going to be. So your goal is to survive as long as you can against this horde of enemies, which will only get worse and which will have harder and harder and larger enemies thrown into the mix. There are, I believe, 13 different enemies in this game. I have not seen nearly all of them yet. And it just gets more and more intense, and your goal is to survive as long as you can. Like I said, no scoring. There is progression, but it's not permanent. As you may see some of these enemies have sort of a red weak spot on them, right? So when you kill an enemy with that has one of these weak spots, it will drop a gem. So you can either pick up the gem by running over it, or if you stop shooting for a second, all of the gems on the arena will rush towards you as long as you're not shooting. As I understand it, there are certain minor upgrades to damage, and I believe movement speed and some other things that you will get by picking a certain number of those gems up. I have not yet gotten anywhere near enough. I believe the basic upgrade is 10 gems, which I have not even hit yet. Like, I have not made it to a minute in this game. This game kind of reminds me, if any of you remember, there was a hit indie game on mobile, and I believe it's on PC now too, that came out a while ago called Super Hexagon. It's that kind of thing. This is a game that is not designed to be played in long sessions, and an average playthrough, like I said, for most people, you'll probably be lucky to make it to a minute. I don't know what the world record is on this now. At one point, it was 8 minutes, and that was the record by a country mile. So it's designed to be a quick hit kind of game. I'm sure you can improve over time with it, but as you can see, stuff just goes at, hey, I beat my time. So that's the only UI that this game has. If you beat your score, it will tell you that you've done it, but that's basically it. It will not give you any other UI, and you will not know what your score is, only that you've beaten it. The only time you get to see it is when you complete like this. So you can see here, I picked up 5 gems, 53, I'm not sure what that thing is. I think that's just enemies killed. And then there's your hit percentage there. It shows the way that you died and the time that you have, and this is a score attack leaderboard game, and hey, unlike Tron Runner, the leaderboards in this thing actually friggin' work! Who'da thunk that? Anyway. And yeah, this thing does basically one simple thing very, very well. But you gotta be into this kind of game. If you're someone who gets frustrated easily, then this game will make you rage quit in no time. Oddly enough, I am someone who tends to get frustrated relatively easily at games, but this game really doesn't frustrate me. It compels me to keep playing it. This is a very much a just one more run kind of game. And it embraces its cruelty. It really does. There is only one achievement in this game, which is called Devil Dagger. As I understand it, you get your sort of dagger, and it's weird because I'm not actually, you pick up a dagger when you start the game, but I'm not actually firing a dagger. But apparently your weapons and whatnot will actually level up the longer you survive. It doesn't, from what I can tell, people don't even seem to really entirely know what those upgrade points are. This game dropped with literally no information. It dropped with no documentation, no nothing. It was left to the community to figure everything out. And of course, this being the internet, the community has been working diligently to get everything figured out. But as I understand it, your weapons will upgrade over time as you survive. It's per mission, of course. It doesn't survive for each one. It doesn't persist between each one, I should say. And the Devil Dagger is the highest level weapon that you can get. And there's only one achievement in this game, and it is for getting that. And needless to say, very, very few have at time of recording. It is a very, very small percentage of people. And yeah, you're basically looking at the game. Needless to say, I'm not going to be able to show you all the enemies because I will probably never be able to survive long enough to pull this off. But oh, this game is so cool, and I hate it, and this game hates everybody who plays it. It's cruel, it's mean, it has nothing but contempt for you and everyone you know. But God, it's good! It's really good! And it's cheap, it's $5, and it looks like an old school Doom or Build Engine game, which just, as someone who's into that stuff, is just really, really cool. And it's really impressive that this is an actual custom-made engine. Like, the guy actually wrote his own engine to do this. And it's just, I hate this game, I love this game, I hate this game, I love this game. Yeah, if this looks at all interesting to you, it's a cheap value proposition. And I mean, we have Steam refunds, so if you try it and you don't like it, you can refund it. But for $5, it's just, I've spent more money than this on games that I had a lot less fun with and didn't think it was a bad value. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. And of course, this game also does have one real modern feature in it that pretty much makes it, solidifies it as something I would want, even if it's not something I would like to play it. And I'm going to show you that as soon as I'm done here, because this run is actually half decent, and you gotta do what you can, right? So, I don't remember what all the enemy types are. There are guides on Steam that detail all this stuff out for people who want to know more. Okay, there we go. So here's the coolest thing. See these little eye icons? Oh yes, one of my favorite things in modern games. You can watch anybody's replay. Oh, this is so good. Honestly, even if you hate playing this game, I would dig buying this game just to watch the top players do their runs, honestly. It's just that cool to watch people. So this is the guy who's at the top of my friends leaderboard right now, but really the meat of what people are going to really want out of this is to check the global stuff. Now, needless to say, since the last time I saw anything of this game, the record times have increased substantially. But as you can see, we got a top one right here. Takes seconds to start. And you just get to sit and watch somebody's strategy, which is not only just really cool in that you get to just watch it and it's awesome, but I love stuff like this because just like when I talked about it in Mega Man Legacy Collection and things like that, it's really cool because they're teaching tools. You can watch these and get ideas on how to better play yourself. You may have seen a little thing there where the guy did kind of a little rocket jump thing. I've actually not been able to pull that off, but if you time it right, you can actually point at the ground at the right moment, do the shotgun blast, and actually catapult yourself into the air, which apparently can speed you up as well, which will, needless to say, become absolutely necessary later if you want to survive. Like, look at this guy. Like, compare this to the runs that you just saw, like, from me. Like, this stuff just blows my mind, and honestly, so there, he just got his first upgrade, I think. I don't even know how he got it that quick. But this is what's really nice about stuff like this, is if this is a game you actually genuinely want to get better at, everything is out there, so if somebody cheats, you know that they cheated. If somebody has a really cool technique that you didn't think of, you can see it and practice and learn for yourself. I love games that do these leaderboard replay things because it not only keeps everyone honest, it gives you an easy way to learn and grow your own skill set, which I think is just A1. I love that. And yeah, I'd say this game is worth the $5 just to keep watching the top end replays of the people who do the best at this game. Like, I could sit here for hours and watch this stuff for real. But the game is also really fun in its own right. Like I said, you gotta like short experiences like this. You gotta like games that have nothing but content for you, and you gotta appreciate the fact that you're gonna die a lot, and that only through hundreds, if not thousands of play sessions and practice and iteration are you going to get really good at this. That's really what it's all about. But if that sounds cool to you, then this game is rad. And I love the aesthetic. I love how the guy completely embraced making it totally a 90s stuff. Like, look at this! Oh my god, yeah! Oh god, no. Oh, I don't even know. Oh, jeez. But I love how this guy, he wrote his own engine because why the hell not? And he totally made it look like a 90s game. Anyone who has a nostalgia for things like Doom and Duke 3D and Hexen and things like that is gonna just look at this and just have all their little nostalgia buttons pushed. I know I sure did. This is just incredible. And this is a little gem of a project. And it seems to have been very quickly developing a cult following, which I'm very, very happy to see. I love little things like this, and I want little projects like this to do well. And yeah, $5 friggin'. You know, you can't buy a decent sandwich for $5, and you could get hours out of this if you want. I seriously can't recommend it enough. I really can't. So yeah, that is Devil Daggers, available on Steam for $5, developed by Sorath in 2016. This is not a very long video because, well, frankly, this is not a very hard game to explain. And I love it. I hate it. I love it. I hate it. And I'm gonna go do more runs of it. Seriously, if you think you'd like this, pick it up. This thing is cool and deserves to do well. My name's Parallax Abstraction. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw here, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. That does help me out a great deal. I need to edit this now, but I just want to play more of this. Oh, I hate this game. I love this game. I hate this game. I love this game. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.